Hello, Dr. John Bartemus here to review with you the organic acid testing, how to collect a great sample and send it off correctly. So the test I am referring to looks like this. It's a Great Plains laboratory box, and inside it there is a bunch of materials from a urine cup, which you'll collect your sample in. There's an ice pack here that I want you to take out and put right in your freezer. This needs to freeze for at least 4 hours before you send the sample out, and when you mail the sample, this goes in there with it to keep it frozen. Also, you will see a requisition form and a collection form telling you how to collect properly. You will see a biohazard bag and absorbent paper that is used later. You'll see this thermal bag, we'll use that, and then a FedEx mailer to send everything out. Okay? So first things first, we want to take a look at the requisition form. And as far as the requisition form, all you're responsible for is putting your demographic information on the top up here where it says in red, and I'll have it marked for you as well. And then on the back, in the red where the stop sign is, you want to make sure you put the collection date for the urine, collection date, time, AM or PM, and has it been frozen, yes or no. Okay? Now, you may collect in the morning and decide to mail it out later that morning. Well, then you would put no, it hasn't been frozen, but you're still going to put the freezer pack in with it when you mail it. Okay? If you collect one morning and you're not going to be able to mail it until the next day, then after you collect, put it in the freezer. Put the urine sample in the freezer. Okay? So the requisition form is pretty simple. The instructions can be kind of complicated. There's quite a few things we want to make sure we nail, so I'm going to have it highlighted or circled or marked in some way for you that says make sure you read and pay attention to the highlighted and circled parts on the front and on the back here. Okay? So first things first, like some other tests we use, you may or may not have those included as well, but this needs to be mailed out on a Monday through Thursday because it takes 2 days to ship, and they aren't there on Sunday. So if you mail on a Friday and it arrives Sunday and they're not there, that could compromise the sample, and then we have to do everything over again. So make sure you're mailing on a Monday through Thursday. If you are female, please do not collect during your menstrual cycle. Please wait until your menstrual cycle is over and then collect. Another thing you want to focus on is the night before you're going to collect. Make sure that you limit your beverages after 6 p.m. The reason is we want to have a dilute or a non-dilute, we want to have a concentrated urine sample for this test. So the night before you're going to collect, limit your fluid intake after 6 p.m. This is a first morning sample collection. So before you drink anything or eat anything, you're going to wake up and collect the urine sample first thing in the morning. Okay? Other tricky things you want to pay attention to. This test tells us a lot about nutrient status, about possible infections, and those sorts of things. So certain foods are going to be important to avoid for 48 hours before the test. Those include raisins, cranberries, blueberries, apples, grapes, pears, and their juices. So 48 hours before doing the test, please do not consume those. Also, if you're taking any supplements before doing the test, we want to avoid certain immune support supplements for 48 hours before the test. And those include echinacea, arabinogalactin, reishi mushrooms, and ribose. So if you're a cardiovascular patient, you may be taking ribose. We want to not take that for 48 hours before this test. The last thing we want to make sure is that the lid is screwed on tightly, obviously, and you freeze it until you're ready to ship it. When you're ready to ship it, you want to do it in this order. Okay? So we're going to take the frozen or not frozen urine sample, but we're going to put it in this bag with the absorbent paper. All right? Then we're going to put that inside the thermal bag with the ice pack inside the thermal bag. Alright? Then we put all of this back in the box along with the requisition paper, and all of that goes into the FedEx mailer. Okay? Do not put the urine sample in here without it being in this box, or FedEx will reject it. Okay? So let's go through that one more time. We're going to put the absorbent paper and the urine sample in the biohazard bag. All of that goes in the thermal bag along with the ice pack. All of that goes along with the requisition form into the box. And all of that goes to FedEx. Please do not drop it in a FedEx drop box on the side of the road. Please take it to a FedEx store and they will mail it right off for you. This one is probably the most complicated test because of all the tricky things in terms of fluids and certain foods and supplements and menstruation and all that we need to time properly. So if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to call the office and we'll help walk you through it. I look forward to seeing the results and helping you reach a life at optimal. Have a great day.